We're Still Chaos Music on MySpace. We're a band from Los Angeles, California, up in the Topanga Hills. And we've come together out of sheer luck and the love for music. I got my man right here named David. He's our drummer. How you doing, Dave?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Fantastic. And I got the guitar player, Mason, right here.
Hello.
And I got Darius.
Hey, Rod. How you doing? I'm Darius. How you all doing out there?
What's up? And I'm Rod. So what we did was we all kind of came together out of sheer luck. It was kind of like a few bridges kind of coming together, and we recorded our whole album. It's a freestyle band, and we recorded our whole album over the internet through PDF files. And these two guys communicated over the internet, and we recorded most of the album here. FTP, I'm sorry. FTP files. Anyways, I'm not computer savvy. I just sing in the band, so that's how we do it. You know, we just kind of just write our songs out of freedom, and they kind of come together like that.
This is where we did the record, Still Chaos, and it's kind of a little production studio. We did most of the tracking of the demo when we first got together, what we were telling the story before about when Mason was in San Mateo. And what we would do is the bass player and I, we would come here, and I had the electronic drum set set up here, and I would just jam with him based upon our old rehearsal jams, go through, figure out a song, come up with a structure, lay it down to a click track. So a click track, say this song is at 65 beats per minute. So we do it in Pro Tools, and we'd have stereo drums, electronic drums, and we'd have a bass, and that would be it. And it'd be to a click track starting from the start point, or 1 point right here, basically at the beginning. And we'd track something. Then what we do is we'd go send it on an FTP site, which happens to be Darius's website, and we'd send him the track, a mix of that track. Mason would play to it, he'd plug in, he'd play to it, he'd get maybe 3 or 4 takes of it. He'd upload that to our FTP site, we'd listen to them, we'd incorporate them, import them into this track with that same start point. So this is something that anybody could do, really. Then once we did that, we would just build on top of it. We'd listen to it more. Maybe Darius would do another bass line, or Mason would then listen to it again. After you send it back, he'd do another guitar line. And Rod, even though we didn't have, if you look behind you, you have, this is like now a new vocal booth that we just have built, even though it's in its rough stages. Before, Rod would just be in this room, and we would just do vocals.
Well, that's what I did the whole demo.
This whole demo, this whole with the electronic drum set was done in this room. No vocal booth. So we'd get it, we'd establish the song, and that's pretty much how we did the roughs of these first 14 songs before Mason came down from San Mateo. So I could just show you, just so you can get a brief description of what it's
just the bass and the drums.
What it sounds like with just the bass
and the drums.
And the drums, stereo drums with the electronic drum set, and the bass, which is like this.
Here. This by ourselves to a click. And then typically I would just come in with the vocals before the guitar was laid, and then he would do the guitars over my vocals. So I would give him some vibes.
So like some guideline too of like where the track was going, you know. So anyways, this is basically just like what we'd send to Mason. Sometimes it'd be vocals, sometimes it'd not. Sometimes it'd sound like this. So then this is the same song that you heard before with live drums. Then we came here to this studio. We recorded in this vocal booth, bass, then bass overdubs, guitar overdubs, and then when that was done and I did some rough mixing, then Rod came into the vocal booth and tracked all the vocals. And we did all the vocals at this house. Basically finished the whole record here, and we're almost done with it. But
this is a semi-mix right here.
Semi-mix, rough mix,
check it out.
so you can hear it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 that's the gist of what we do in the studio. Thank you, M1.